Hi everybody, we are wrapping the 4th week of the build. So we have 4 full weeks that we are assembling the van. We are on the very end of the whole build. We are about 90% finished. We need 2 more days to finish the interior and about 1 or 2 days to finish the exterior. What you see here is a ready assembled Redarc Electronics power box, which is lightened in very nice red color. So we have 3000 watt inverter, we have 2 TVMS Rogues, we have Manager Alpha 100, we have an access to all of the fuses and the switches. That's a really beautiful part. And here we will have a cover, because in that shape you will see it only on the shows, and the final customer will always receive it with closed panel, you know, that you will be obviously able to touch everything and see it through a plexiglass, easily access the fuses and the switches. But overall the swing arm is prepared for the show needs. So we have the bed system ready installed, and when you come inside you will see that we have a lot of space. The bed will tilt on that side and the mattress will fold on that side, so we will be able to put some bigger units. We have pretty much a lot of space here. All of the lights are installed, all of the L tracks, the max fan is already working. The Nomadic X2 12 volt air conditioner is also ready installed. It is also fully working. It is doing a great job actually. It's working really fantastic, but that we will show in the final movie. So we have the flares installed on both of the sides. We have the LED lights that are, you know, for reading purposes and for mood purposes. We have the secret storages. We have the USB plugs, 110 volt plugs on both sides. We have the overhead cabinets ready installed. They just need some finishing up, you know, just some wrapping it all. So also the bed system, you know, holds water tank, water pumps, filtration system. All of that is built in, ready to go. And if we go up from the front of the van, you will also see that we have the kitchen ready, the seats, the tables, all of the things are ready. I can enter very easily. So we have the full kitchen ready, we have the mosquito nets, we have beautiful Italian leather seats with the European standard seats in the back. So this van will hold, will drive 4 people and will sleep 4 people in such a small convenient size. Can you imagine that? There's our table here. We have a super easy access to the fridge. That's a European Nomadic fridge which opens both sides. It's 80 liter big. That's a really convenient fridge for such a build. We have an easy access to our kitchen, which has the water tap, filtered water tap, soap dispensers, a protective crate that will like protect, you know, some splashing of the water on the mattress. There will be also some cup holders here for soap and stuff like that. We have 1 of 2 Redarc displays ready set up. One is here, one is in the driver's cabin. Seats, upper cabinets. The toilet is fully assembled already as well. So the build is going on really good. As for a 4 weeks, that is a really good result. But obviously preparation of all of these units, prefabrication took us a little bit more. So it is not that we've built all of that in 4 weeks. Actually this build took us 2 months with all of the prep work. And anyways, that is a really good result, because the car is super heavy duty insulated, super well quality insulated. It has super standard when it comes to electronical system. All of the wires are covered in protective, how is it called, mesh, let's say it this way. I'm not an English native speaker, so you have to forgive me that. So every single wire that goes beneath the lining of the van is protected. It is not that the raw wire is going there. It is covered, it is insulated, so it is like resistant for cuts, for breakdowns, for heat and stuff like that. So it is a lot of time to do that in this way. The way we make these vans, they are always 4 season. So some people might think, okay, but you guys are in California, you don't need all of that insulation. In California, first of all, there is also winter possibility. You can go skiing and snowboarding with this kind of vans, but also the insulation works 2 ways. So when we will have our air conditioner on and outside will be plus 40 degrees Celsius or like 120 Fahrenheit, the exterior will not, with the exterior heat will not come inside so fast, and it will help with the air conditioner to work properly. Well insulated car works two ways. It keeps the cool air, but it also keeps the warm air in. So it is our priority to make the best possible insulation and give you a serious 4-season vehicle. So I think that's it. Actually, we will talk about the whole van when it's ready, and now it is time to finish the build, wrap it up, and go to Big Bear. The Big Bear show is next week on Saturday, and in that episode you will see how did it go for us on that show. I will record the whole process, the whole story. I will show you, maybe some people would like to be on the camera and say something about that product. We will try to make that recording prior this episode. So I see you in Big Bear. Alright, we are nearly in Big Bear Lake at the Adventure Van Expo. Ahead of me, Robert is driving the Sprinter. He's an older guy, so he needs an automatic. He would be feeling very bad if he would be driving in that racing seats and with that single clutch manual transmission that I have in a Forester. So the van build is finished. All we have to do next week is to wrap the car, because the guy who made the wrap for me, he didn't send us the whole left side and the front, the bonnet, plus in the transport the whole wrap was damaged, so we had to do it again in another place. So we have that Arlon, very high quality wrapping. So Monday, Tuesday we'll be doing that, and the next week we will start the process of photographing, of photo shooting. We'll make all of the movies with the van, and obviously we will do a van build tour. So stay tuned, because next week the movie is coming. And now I take you to the Adventure Van Expo, where I hope I will have any of time to you know, show you what's going on there, to just show you like the whole thing. And if I want to do that, then Andrzej will for sure have some time to go around some builds, show them to you, show our presence, show what's going on, take some recordings on like how we are doing there. It's really exciting, because you know, we are from a little town in Poland, and here we are on the other side of the planet, in the biggest van market on the planet, and we are doing our thing. So being just thankful for that. First day in, we're nearly set up here with our van, with Chaos. Here's the Redarc guys. You know, doing some of that YouTube stuff, you know. Oh yeah. So you will be often mentioned.
We love it. So to the world of cold Redarc.
Cold Redarc, exactly. California.
We're getting red hot soon. Yeah. 27 degrees, 8 degrees Celsius. I don't know, somewhere around there, right?
8 Celsius. Perfect California weather. This is why you come to California. But you know, the sun makes it a little bit warmer now.
Yeah, come on, you guys are used to that a little bit.
Yeah, we're closer to Russia than California.
Yeah, we got a little more snow than we do.
Exactly.
So this is what we call a pepper gun. Pretty much it works very similarly to an existing firearm, but it's completely non-lethal. What it's firing is a round that, once it hits someone, it explodes on impact, releasing about a 5-foot pepper cloud, disabling the guy from about a good 60 feet away. So the great thing about this is it is a non-lethal option with a similar effectiveness that that a firearm would have. The issue with a lot of existing non-lethal options like pepper spray or tasers, you have very limited range, a good 10, maybe 20 feet, and you only get usually one shot of with these. With this, it works very similarly to a firearm, good 50 to 60 feet range, has about a 5-round magazine with that there, and yeah, overall, extremely effective for self-defense. I mean, this is used by the ATF, DEA, Homeland Security. We're now with over 400 plus law enforcement and security agencies. And yeah, this is something that, it allows folks to have non-lethal by their side, similar, with that similar effectiveness that a firearm would. Because keep in mind, since it's not a gun, you are able to carry it over state lines in the U.S., and it's much more accessible just since it's non-lethal.
Yeah.
So a lot of people can have that similar effectiveness to a firearm. People who don't want to take a life, they're still able to have something very powerful to defend themselves. This is our main bestseller here, the Byrna SD. Again, it's modeled after the existing Glock 19 model of handgun. Very similar to existing firearms, has an ambidextrous safety as well as a standard mag release on the side. It's a 5-round magazine that those rounds come in, and this is all CO2 powered, so that CO2 cartridge here goes into the very front of the barrel. Bottom of our magazines all have a little Allen wrench here, which you use to unscrew that secondary cap. Once you unscrew that, once that cap's off, you pop in the CO2, load in the rounds, take it off safety, and it's good to go. But it's extremely lightweight, about 1.3 pounds fully loaded, and again, it's an air gun, so no recoil. So overall, it's very easy to use. Functionally, if you can't handle a firearm due to the recoil or hand problems, this is a very good alternative, having very similar effectiveness and functionality.
Nice. That's a really nice product. In Europe, we don't necessarily also have a need to carry guns. Usually, it's a little bit safer, right?
Yeah.
They won't shoot you after $500. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But that's something that is very, very interesting in terms you have a really expensive van, so you kind of draw the attention of the bad guys, right? Mm-hmm. So in Europe we have another problem. The thieves invented a technique that they will gas you in the car. They will use a sleeping gas. They actually kind of have that very small pipes with which they will put the gas in the car. They sleep you. They steal your car, and you're sleeping. You don't know about it.
That's so interesting. Yeah, America, they're more straightforward. The guy just pulls the
gun.
Less elegant.
So the thieves in Europe are a little bit more delicate in their needs, right? So this is actually very, very cool thing.
It's great because it's the reason you can't give firearms to everyone because they're lethal, but with a non-lethal device like this, people who originally have pepper spray now have a more effective form of non-lethal, that they can use to defend themselves with, because you're very limited again with pepper spray cans or other non-lethal devices. This really allows people who are just trying to defend themselves, not take a life, really succeed when it comes to self-defense.
Nice. All right, thank you for presenting your product, and I hope the people will like it as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I need to do something with you really quick.
All right.
You need to put your arm and be like, yes!
Yes!
With this guy.
With this guy?
Yeah.
Looks like a Baywatch guy.
Yeah, right? He is, look at this. It's Pamela Cousin.
Pamela Cousin, yeah.
Right here.
Right here. I'll hold him like that. Yeah. So I'll leave you guys with Stolp. He's gonna show you 5 most important parts about the build, the 5 that he likes the most.
All right, absolutely. So Stolp here with Rogue Vans. Right behind us we have our show van. We call it Yellow or RC1. One of the favorite features, of course, on the exterior is the fact that this thing is lifted and sitting on 37-inch tires. We had to fully cut out the fenders. We had to lift the engine. We had to drop the drive shaft, and then we put Dana 60 axles on it as well, along with a 100 horsepower tune. So this has over 100 horsepower more than factory. It's a very, very powerful and very awesome. It actually blows a lot of smoke out the back when you're parking it.
Black smoke is good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rolling coal, as we say.
Rolling coal, exactly.
Yeah, and then of course on the back, it's a very funny feature, but I think every van deserves a crane on the back. That crane is unfortunately only rated for 2,000 pounds, which is absurd. So yeah, we use that to elevate our dirt bikes, e-bikes, whatever we want, and put it on the back of the van. Another cool feature before we go inside, this is number 3. This is a very intelligent computer system integrated throughout the whole van. It has a sound system that also integrates with the front. So entertainment wise, whenever you're at a campsite, you could be watching all sorts of cool videos, hanging out with your friends, and it's a full entertainment machine for sure. We love entertainment, and also entertainment is one thing, but it also shows the ability that we can do here at Rogue, that we can have a very intelligent computer system on board, fully integrated with all of our electronics. It's something that really differentiates us from the other van builders out here.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the inside.
Come on inside. So the 4th feature that I love the most, of course, we just talked about how I like to party. We got this amazing bar right here. It is a crowd favorite, along with a small wine refrigerator right here as well.
Oh, nice.
This is coming really handy when we're at more of the upscale shows. People love to have a glass of wine in RC1 and hang out and sit on our nice upholstery and breathe in all that black walnut.
That's neat. That's really neat.
Yeah. My 5th final feature that I love the most is I'm a huge fan of black walnut. Black walnut and epoxy work. If you guys know me in the past, I did a lot of epoxy artwork, and this van really showcases beautiful black walnut. This is all coated with Rubio monocoat. Super amazing finish, and it just gives this dark atmosphere so much texture and like personality. It's a really beautiful material.
That's awesome. I really love that build. It's really, really well made. Really, everything is like matched, so it's like not like the doors are like that or that like that. Everything is really nicely matched.
So actually, it's funny you say that. This was all cut from the same slab, so you see all the grains are matching and everything because it was cut from the same tree. So all of this is from one tree.
This is so important because very often it happens that one part is different, the other part is different.
Or
like
you have
in Europe, they don't give a hell, so they do like the shower like that, the walls like that. Everything is different direction, and that's what you buy. And like this is different in the custom work. You have to always take care of this little twitches and tricks that make the overall process so different.
Yeah, and piggybacking off what you just said there, it's such a small space, so these very small details that would be in a house are amplified in a small space. So like if you had cabinetry in your home, that large kitchen, you're not going to really care that much, but when it's right in front of your face, you want it to look good and look really clean and neat.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for the fast tour.
Thank you.
We go further.
All right, brother.
See you.
Yeah.
So I'm Brian with Sandy Vans. We're in San Diego, California, just in Miramar, cool industrial area of San Diego. We build about 3 vans a month. This is one of our layouts. This one's called the Scout. So this one's kind of fun because you have a fixed bed that slides into a larger queen-size bed pretty much. I'd say some of my favorite features of the van are some of the products that we actually manufacture. So these side steps right here, much easier to get inside the van.
All right.
Our biggest seller is probably this boost box, we call it.
It's a huge one.
Yeah. So we had the biggest box on the market for a while until a couple other people started seeing, hey, these are selling a lot, let's make our own. So
classic thing.
Yeah, so we like to snowboard, surf, kite surf, all that kind of good stuff. And we call it the boost box, so when you're boosting airs and stuff. In the back there's drain holes, so any of your snow or water will drain out the back. And you put surfboards in here, this can easily flip out of the way, you can take it out, you have a fixed in shelf. Hang your wetsuits. We actually had a firefighter buy this to put his fire suit in so it didn't stink up inside of his van.
All right,
something
that's
kind of fun. I'll show you the back real quick. So some of our like kind of signature things that we do here at Sandy Vans is some really cool LED lighting and some really cool custom ceilings. We do a lot of bamboo, which is really fun. In this van in specific, we actually let our employees kind of design this van, which is pretty fun, and this is one of the features that they wanted to come up with. So I CNC'd this on the machine. There's some really cool epoxy pour. We like to do a lot of fun things with really big speakers, so when you're actually either watching a movie inside, you can Bluetooth to this, or when you're hanging out with your friends at the beach, some of that, you have a nice little vibe. This is the garage area of our van. We have a nice big pass through there, so you can actually pass, you know, surfboards through. We're down in Southern California, so we have a lot of people surfing.
I mean, come on, you are the surfing-oriented state, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then you can put folding bikes back here. You know, more stuff when you're going camping, barbecues, things like that. Outdoor shower here with hot water. We have a 20-gallon water tank underneath there. And then also on this side of the door we have our Boost Box Mini, which is pretty fun. So it's just kind of like a smaller version from our Boost Box. Yeah. So you can put firewood in here, all kinds of tools and stuff like that.
All the barbecue stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So miniature version, and then you got the large version over there.
So you also make the racks, right?
We do. Yeah. So we make the back door racks that these are mounted on. I can show you on the other van. It's a little bit more open. We have bike racks on it. These are all aluminum. They mount to all stock points on the vehicle, so no drilling required. We actually have like a really cool proprietary mounting system that mounts behind the license plate there. So you don't have to drill a hole, kind of like all the other van companies. You know, it's kind of scary for like a customer that is not good with tools or something like that to drill into their van first time,
really,
right?
That's not bolted on. That's just
Well, there's a plate back here, and it gets bolted through these bolts here. Yeah, and then it also has 3M, like that the really sticky.
That's a great idea, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So you just gotta take this panel off, right?
Yeah.
And then you run the bolts through there. So I mean, I wouldn't throw like something super heavy on here, but for having like these boxes and stuff, plenty.
Okay.
This one's called Lieutenant Van Taylor.
Okay.
Yeah. So you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
All right.
This one over here is called Billy Vanwish, the one that we were just looking at. So this van is pretty fun. We got some pink running up through the ceilings here, and then your classic like LED strips here. We did a really cool CNC ceiling that has these grooves in it, so it gives you a little more depth, which is pretty fun. We did some hardwood acacia countertops in here. That customer wanted to play some chess and checkers while he was just hanging out by the beach with his friends, so we did a really cool epoxy pour in the table here. A little more of a darker scheme than the other van you just saw, so
I
pretty
really
fun.
love your design, and you did a really good job on the Redarc van. I really love that one as well.
Yeah, that was a fun van to do. I did a lot of the scene in that to try to get all those cool like boxes for all the components and stuff. Then we did some cool features in them with their TV and everything.
All right. So what's like the most American thing in the van? Like your market is completely different in Europe.
Sure.
So like your customers, they usually take kind of a like open space vans like yours, or they kind of a look for that shower and everything.
Yeah, we've definitely getting more and more inquiries about having the fully built-in shower. So we actually did just come out with a model. We just finished it a couple weeks ago. Customer's out testing it right now, and he'll bring it back this week so we can just kind of see his feedback. We did a full built-in shower right about here, but that was in the 170. Yeah. So when we're in the 144s, it's kind of hard to have the full shower. It just gets really small in there. Like, I mean, kind of like the style that you guys have. Yeah. But there is a market for it. There's a market for both of us, right? So it's pretty exciting. We do the outdoor shower. We have done some drop-in shower pans in the back where you clip a shower curtain in here, which is pretty cool.
That's a cool idea. This is my way, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like the modular. I like being more modular like that for sure. But I see a lot of our customers, they really want to have nowadays the heater and the air conditioning, because then you can go anywhere you want, you know? Like, I mean, California is beautiful weather by the beach almost all the time, but everybody loves to go to the mountains. They love to camp in the desert in the winter, and then so that's the heating. And then also if they want to go to Joshua Tree in the summer, they want to go to Yosemite. It gets pretty warm in the inland from California, which I'm sure you've noticed. Yeah,
I know. When I came in like in September, it was like plus 120 Fahrenheit. Where like
that's hot.
Where like in Europe you get like that plus 85 max in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
So I was like all sweating.
It's hot.
We went to Death Valley. I said no, come on, I'm not leaving the car.
Yeah.
I'll watch everything from the window. You know.
Exactly. So having the air conditioner, and we used a Medic, which is 12 volt, fully off the grid. You can run off your lithium batteries. That's one of our biggest additions to the van right now, for sure. One of the features.
So what's your electrical setup here?
We have Redarc.
Yeah.
We love Redarc.
Yeah.
Mark from Redarc.
Yeah.
The owner of Redarc came to our shop when we did the whole van build. Super fun. Here's Evan as well, our engineer. He's helped set up a lot of the electrical system as well, and we just absolutely love Redarc.
Yeah, we have it on the camera. You know, we're on the camera.
We love Redarc.
We love Redarc. Yeah. No, actually, I love Redarc for two things. It's so user-friendly. Like the end user does not ask you too many questions. They just use the van. But as an installation-wise, it's also like cutting down so much of the labor.
Way less wiring.
Way less wiring. Everything is just much easier. I love that they have buttons. I know that everyone's that LED touch screens, but the buttons are really cool.
In the middle of the night when you're waking up, you're all weary-eyed. Just you know where the button. You start learning your van. You know where everything is. You know where the button is. You know where the door is.
You're not like switching on the display. You just click, click, click. That's it. And even you don't have to wake up, because like stand-up, you just can take your phone and start it off on
The
the
Bluetooth
phone,
as
yeah?
well is super fun. So if you start driving, you're like, shoot, I forgot to turn off the fan, I forgot to turn off the lighting, you have the Bluetooth app.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so that's so super awesome.
Yeah,
I
also
love
the
it.
new feature with them dimming the lights.
Yeah.
That is super nice as well. So we love that feature, especially with all the fun lighting we do.
Yeah,
Right.
I love your lighting. I really like your builds, and that's not a that's not a joke. I really love your builds. And that Miami Vice theme, you know, the
fun in this one.
lightning.
Yeah.
It's super awesome.
Yeah, this customer wanted a little bit of everything, so we did, as I said, the AC, the heater, the microwave. We have Starlink in this one. We do induction cooktop, so you have no propane in your van. It's just the way to go. Way less to think about. A little extra battery, but in the long run, it's just so much easier.
Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive in the beginning at the build, but then everything's just like easier, cheaper, easier to use, and
Every
you don't have
customer-
that LPG. You don't have to check all the wirings.
Correct.
Like in Europe, for example, many campers were always burned because of that LPG gas.
Yeah.
Because nobody ever checked how is the connection. You know, they just drove
screw
off
it in or whatever,
drove off the factory, and through 2-3 years something was loose. The car burned. So
Had
we
a lot of
eliminated
problems
that.
with people coming to us saying, hey, like I can smell this leak in my van. Like, can you guys fix it? It's like, well, we don't want to touch it. Like, we only do the electrical, like future forward, right? So
Yeah, that's it. All right, thank you guys for the tour.
you're so welcome.
Our company name is Ananda Living Experiences.
Okay.
You might have seen our videos of the Concrete Oasis on Nicole and Eden.
Oh, now I get it.
Yeah. We'll be building, after we made this van, everybody really liked it, but it was just us two building, so we decided to partner with Sandy Vans. We'll be doing a limited series with them. Yeah. And we'll be there in San Diego building with their team.
That's so nice. That's so neat, actually. I love the colors. I'm like that industrial style guy usually. That you know, all of the dark metal colors. But when something like that comes to play, I love it because it's so cozy, so homey.
Yep.
So tell us 3 things about the van that you love the most.
The signature of this van, the whole van is covered with this micro cement material that looks like concrete, but it's actually not really concrete. It's almost like a plaster that goes over the plywood.
You have so much space in here.
Yeah, so much huge L-shaped seating. And we get to have that because we have the Happy Jack system. So you've probably seen this before, but elevator bed system, queen size bed, drops
You've
down.
built all of that by yourself.
Yeah, we did this one.
Nice.
Yeah. And you could also make this another bed and sleep like bunk bed configuration. If
So you can
wanted
sleep
as
like
well.
Yeah,
even more than 4 people actually,
Yeah.
because the bed up it should hold 2, and I think that one will take 3 if easily.
Well, it would, no,
2.
it's probably
Yeah.
2.
All right.
It's not all the way up to here. It's just up to here.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
So you have a big fridge.
Yeah.
Nice.
Behind you, partition door with the handmade wood burning on
Cool.
it.
Did this on handmade.
I did.
She designed it.
Yeah.
She's an artist. She designed it and hand wood burned it, so it's really a beautiful piece of art.
Yep.
How nicely it's slided, like so silent.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, nice and easy.
It's so
Quality,
soft.
quality.
And then
And the next best
Walk
thing
in,
would probably be
walk
the
in.
bathroom.
This is just a little feature that I absolutely love. In the full-size closet, there is a laundry chute to the garage. So you can throw your dirty clothes into the basket in the garage and they stay out of the main living area. Bathroom with a huge second sink, vanity space, and then this is all showering space. So if the doors are open, you can shower in all this. If they're shut, you close this. It's still really, really big.
So like when you're in Joshua Tree, for example, you just open the doors and you are
Shower
like
with a view.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
$1 million view.
You can also poop with a view.
You can also, that's what I love the most.
Yep.
Yep, toilet slides out from here.
You
so
can
when you
think
need
about
it,
life at that moment, you know.
Exactly.
So what kind of like which setup with the batteries you have, and like how much power, how many solars?
So we have 800 amp hours
That's
of
a lot.
lithium power in here, with a 3,000 watt inverter and 480 watts of walkable solar on the top. So it's like a solar deck kind of that you can walk on, as well as the DC to DC charging while you're driving and shore power, of course.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful, and I cannot believe that you made it all by yourselves. You ever done something like that? You are
It's our
like
first one.
related. But that's any time ever you build something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did something at your home, I don't know, like some kind of or it was just first time we get some tools and we'll make that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a little experience just at home, kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'm pretty
Barely.
handy, just kind of, you know, building whatever, but never anything.
Yeah,
close
we
to
didn't
that.
even, we built this one in the driveway, like
So,
not in a workshop.
you know, I'm the pro builder. We do that for 8 years at the moment, and I really like how you made the van. It's like, to be honest, like when that's your first van, I've seen some people making their first vans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even some guys in like Poland and in Europe that kind of you know, put it up online on YouTube and everything.
Yeah.
It looks like on YouTube it looked good, and in reality it was
life.
just a couple like the real mess. But that's a really nice build.
Yeah.
That's a really nice build. That's a good job.
It's Ross Monster. We're with rossmonster.com. We have a couple of different models here. We have the Baja, and then this is the Baja Plus. Baja Plus, the cabin area is about 9 inches wider and a foot longer than our regular Baja. This is also on an F550 or a 5500 diesel, and the Baja is on an F350 1-ton diesel. The top is our probably most unique aspect of it is that it articulates and comes down. So when you're driving, it's in a very low profile position, so much more aerodynamic, much lower center of gravity. So very nice. And then when you get to your camping area, you just simply push a button and the entire thing raises up.
So what's the engine in that one? Like we are Europeans, so we have to explain us some things.
This is the Cummins diesel. So this is all equipped with the AEV stuff. So our bull bar, the flares, the snorkel, it's all AEV.
The huge wheels.
Huge wheels. These are the Continental 42-inch. This has also got liquid springs, which is a very upgraded suspension system. And then over here we have the Carly suspension system on the 1-ton.
All right.
Super nice off-road system. It's a dual reservoir with King shocks. This is on the Lariat package, which is the very upscale package from Ford.
So you have all of the twitches in, right?
All the bells and whistles.
Comfort, all the bells and whistles, right?
Very comfortable drive on this Baja.
Nice. So how many of these you make a year?
We've done about 50 of these.
50?
Yeah, and we've been doing these for about 5 years.
Okay. I remember you guys were also in the Sprinter vans, right?
We do. We've been doing Sprinter vans since 2010, and we still do Sprinter vans. This is kind of taken over a portion of that market. Somebody that wants to sleep 4 people comfortably or has a couple of kids and dogs. We have a nice pass-through to get through. Seating for 4, sleeping for 4. So it's kind of nice. This one's got a unique thing up here with our penthouse and our hard-sided RTT.
So what's the retail price on that?
Retail price on these is right around $370, completely decked out.
Nice.
And this one is about $440, and that includes the penthouse, and it's in the low 400s without the penthouse.
That's really kind of an accessible price.
It's nice because the truck alone is close to $100,000 on both of these.
So it's all that's Raptor line, Line X.
This is like a Line X, just a abrasive resistant, so it stops for other scratches and a very rugged look.
Would you be able to deliver that one to Europe?
This one, yes. This one, no. This one will actually fit in a container.
All right.
And we have delivered them to Dubai, to Australia, so we can deliver these, anywhere you want to.
But for example, I'll take care of the delivery. You can sell that to me, right? That's okay.
Yeah, if you did a roll-on, roll-off, we could do it.
So here, guys, if you really want a serious off-road beast, we talk with these guys. They'll set you up, and you contact me. I'll get you the transport. Now we are at the Vanspeed's booth. So we bought the pods from these guys. They're super cool, and I want to show you what these guys do, and you will tell us about your business. What's up with what do you do? What do you support? How cool you are, like the level of coolness and everything.
I mean, out of a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say about 20 cools.
All right, that's good. That's good.
Vanspeed is a builder of premium camper vans. We also manufacture a bunch of parts like you mentioned, but we do the Sprinter capsules, we do side steps, bumper bars, roof racks, the whole gamut. But yeah, definitely known for our sort of premium fit and finish and some of the demos you can see here. So yeah, stoked to have you guys kind of rolling through. But this is our Evergreen Dream 2 layout. As you can see, we've got the little fold-away sort of 2-passenger chair here. In terms of, you know, favorite features, both from I think internally and our customers, is the premium sort of wood finish and fit and finish of all of our cabinetry. So, you know, everything from roof cabinets to upholstery is all done in-house in Westminster workshop. So yeah, we're not exactly outsourcing or putting in prefab parts. This is all built in-house and manufactured to a very precise kind of formula. Yeah. So, you know, I think that consistency and that premium quality is what really, you know, we're known for.
Yeah, your vans are literally standing out with the quality of the finish. So all of the little details that can be seen somewhere else that are not like really matched, yeah. There are some like little things that, like, you know, make your eyes bleed a little bit. So you guys eliminated that. So you have like all of the cabinets straight, right?
Yeah,
all the lines are even.
If you even look into the wood grain finish, you know, from one cabinet to the next, that all lines up, and it's very much intentional. So yeah, you know, it's those small pieces of detail that not everybody will notice, but those who are looking for that quality are certainly, you know, always pretty impressed and stuff.
So like your market is much more about like open space camper vans rather than like in Europe where you have that Heimer GCS with the shower and everything in a small 140 chassis. So like you also do some showers if someone wants that?
Mm-hmm. One of our set layouts in the 144, the loft, has the shower up front here. The Summit that we saw sort of behind us before has a shower as well. You know, I think bulk of our sales are more the open layout, which suits a lot of people, but there's certainly that market for the shower as well.
I love how the look is of this van. Like, it's so like homey, so friendly, so welcoming. The colors are like on point.
Thank you.
The lining is on point. What's up with your electrical system then? What do you use?
This is where I'm going to kick it to Chris, because his technical knowledge is better than mine.
About your power, man.
You got it. So this particular model has our standard battery system, which is a 215 AGM battery. We do have an option to upgrade to a 400 lithium, and if you're going to opt for an air conditioner, then that's pretty much mandatory to go with that lithium power system, and that'll get you through off the grid for a couple days, just depending on the ambient temperature and how often you run the AC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you also do like AC stuff. You do have the DC charging and everything in.
Yep.
All right.
We have 110 outlets with USB ports on them. There's kind of scattered throughout, and then we have our 12 volt. There's a couple over here, one here, and one on this side as well. So yeah, power is definitely covered. All your gauges and everything are going to be right up here. Super easy to work. And,
nicely hidden, you know, they're not like on site all the time, so that's a neat feature.
Thank you.
How many of these vans can you make like in a year or?
I think our current capacity probably leans to about, you know, 5 to 7 per month, without a problem.
Yeah.
With the opportunity to scale that, but in current head count in the shop, we're looking at sort of, you know, 5 to 7.
That's really a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That in that kind of a shape, in that quality, that unusual look, you know, that's not like a serial production for sure. Like every customer wants something different, for probably like maybe a little bit different color of the fabric, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
we have different fabrics, probably about 8 different fabrics to choose from.
Yeah.
If they didn't want to opt for the maple walls, we can do fabric walls. And the countertops and the cabinet colors, you can do butcher block, you can do bamboo, and we have about a dozen different colors for the cabinets as well as the upholstery.
Nice. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for the quick tour.
Anytime.
We love your work. This is why we are here. We love your product, the pods, and I hope we will be buying some more of that in the future.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Appreciate it.
Seven, 8 years ago, whatever, I saw your vans first time. You did all of that bamboo stuff. I was so in love in it. I built the van for myself, and it turned to the business instantly.
Awesome.
But like the inspiration came from your vans because they were so beautiful.
Thank you.
They were like that was like a pinnacle. Like you guys had that style that touched my heart and inspired the whole business. Really, that's not a joke. That's real. So that's real deal. So I'm very happy to take a look live at AAV. One of the dreams come true.
Yeah, have a look. So this is our demo van. Its name is Wolf.
Okay.
And this van's kind of fun in that we've had this thing on the road for about 2.5 years.
All right.
It's got 45,000 miles. It's been all the way down the Baja Peninsula. It's been way far north into Canada, Revelstoke. A lot of hard miles.
Nice.
And the best part about it is it's still as squeak-free and as quiet as when it left our shop in the first place.
You know, your stuff looks like it, so it's matched nicely and everything, so all the lines are on point. They look robust. What is the wheel setup here? That's 35 or?
35, 12.5s, yep. It's got about 6 inches of lift. Black Rhino Outback wheels. Those are a nice wheel because they have a little higher load capacity than a lot. We just did the big brake upgrade, which is a pretty fun one. It definitely stops a bit better than the factory stuff. We've got van compass all around, the OptiRate springs in the back. This one actually has the e-adapt van compass suspension, so it has a brain underneath the driver's seat that actually is constantly adjusting the valving on those things.
Man, that's cool.
Unfortunately, they don't offer that right now, but it's a neat package if you can get it.
So that's an all-wheel drive, or that's the V6 one?
This is a V6.
Oh yeah, so you get the goodies.
It's got a tune on it.
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. So look in the back right now.
Yeah, okay, let's go, let's go, yeah. You can take everything with you.
Yep,
so you're ready to ski, the mountain bike, do whatever things you need to do. Okay, let's walk in.
Yeah, go for it. So this van's got hydronically heated floors, hot air,
heated floors,
hot water, all off the same system. Very quiet. So this van going down the road is about 63 decibels.
All right.
That's the same exact van before we started building it was about 97 decibels.
They're a little different than the
The insulation that we do really makes things a lot quieter. Also, it's much easier to keep hot and cold.
Yeah.
So there's enough lithium underneath that couch. There's about 15 kilowatts on this one. It'll run that rooftop AC for almost 3 days, depending on the exterior temperature, of course. All bamboo, finished in a gray wash in this one. That's our stainless steel shower enclosure. It's all laser cut, CNC formed, and then laser welded, so no chance of leaking, no oil canning, any of that kind of stuff.
I like the spacious, how spacious that van is. Like in Europe, we have completely different style of building, right?
Yes.
Totally, a totally different approach, totally different market. Also because I think we have like much more like really colder days and bad weather. So like people want to have like everything in, and somehow they sacrifice the space prior like bigger shower or whatever. But what I love about your American generally market is that you are like so kind of a different approach. Like, you know, you have a little bit smaller kitchen, but you have that big entrance here. So like that you can just relax in Baja, as you said, you know. I really love that. The other thing that I love is the quality of finish. Because every line is just nice, right? Everything is upholstered nicely. There are no like, you know, the little details that, you know, kind of are annoying. Whatever I like a lot is also that line here. Thank you. That's something really cool. And how everything is just lined. So you got Victron, right?
Yep, this van has got, this one actually has Battleborn batteries. This, again, it was built 2.5 years ago. The technology in Victron, we're using that in a lot of our current builds. Last build we finished has a 30 kilowatt, 48 volt system in it. So very powerful system. This is about 15 kilowatts at 12 volts. So there's clearly benefits for the 48 volt, charges a bit faster. But in this one we have an aux alternator, we have 2 DC to DC chargers, and then we have solar. So we can still charge it almost 5,000 watts in this 12 volt system. This van is about a $390,000 build.
$390,000 with all of the grease around, right? Yep. So like if a customer will roll in and he would say like, okay, I don't want all the off-road stuff, I just want the interior, like, and the awning, then like the price would be?
It, you know, always changes. It really depends on the scope of what that build is. Kind of our average build price is about $250,000, but we have builds down into the $60,000 to $80,000 range, and we have them well north of $500,000 as well. It really just depends on what the individual wants, and that's a big part of my job, is to help guide them through that. So being in the industry for almost 27 years now, I've had a lot of experience with things that work and a lot of experience with things that don't work. So I always try and guide my clients into the things that are going to work best for them. So when they drive away with our van, it's 98-99% the perfect build for them.
Shake hands with you.
Absolutely, buddy.
It was very nice.
electronics. But not least, he says. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that.
The first, actually.
Okay.
The first, but you know, tell us something about Redarc USA, because it's so different than Redarc Europe and so different than Redarc Australia.
Yeah, well, Chris, as you realize, you know, we've been around for 47 years, a little bit more than that in Australia, Adelaide, Southern Australia, global company, as you know. We've been in the US probably about 7, 8 years maybe. Getting our start in the overland, people really enjoying the idea of robust products that are made for the outback, that are designed to power your wild. If we're doing our job, you're not thinking about your power, right?
Yeah.
You're just you're running your fridge, you're running your lights, you're doing everything you want to do, and you're not thinking about your power or worried about, you know, anxiety about
your
power
diesel,
or anything about that. Yeah. And so I think that was one of the big things. In fact, it was funny because they're so used to the outback in Australia. Here in the US, when we first came on board 4 years ago, first boots on the ground here, and we had our trucks, we're going through safety and first aid classes, recovery classes, off-road classes, because I'm like, guys, we just pick up the phone and call AAA, they'll come out. I don't know how it is in Europe, but yeah, so the US, really great start over in the overland sector, and now the van life we've been doing for the last couple of years, and really appreciate you guys bringing out your van. I mean, that adventure van, everybody is looking at our Alpha 100 system, the Manager Alpha. You know, you got your DC to DC charging on the Sprinter van set at about 75 amps, and we do make a 75 amp version now too.
Oh yeah,
just for them. And you've got 2 of our Rogues, so you're turning on and off up to 20 different circuits in there.
We have all from the Rogue, like everything's operated from the Rogue.
Yeah, your heaters, your water pumps, anything that you want to do.
We even switch on the boiler, you know, like we kind of we went in because it was a kind of a tricky stuff, but we kind of made a system that allowed us to turn on that boiler because it has 110 volt switch, not like 12 volt switch. So we figured out how to do that. Yeah. So your system is very, very cool because, as for me, for the builder, easy to use, easy to install, small space.
And so our van is on a truck coming from the East Coast. It was doing some sales appointments, and it's arriving Monday. So I was super fortunate, and Redarc was super fortunate to have you next door. As we go next store there, and we look at that system and all the lights that you have on it, and it looks like it's on display like it's some kind of museum piece the way you did it. So I've been walking over there and explaining our system in your van, which has been great for me.
It was so good to be your neighbor and to spend some time together. Tell me just one thing. I've seen a BCDC Alpha coming up. Is it coming up to the US as well?
Look at you, man. You're doing better than the sales director. No, you're doing better than the sales director. We actually just released that this week. So we have a 25 amp and a 50 amp version. It's very like our current BCDC. It's going to charge off the vehicle at 25 or 50 amps depending on the model. Solar controller, the maximum power point tracking MPPT controller built into it. So it's going to utilize the solar and the engine. It's going to take green priority, so solar first. But unlike the current one, this is also like our Manager series. We'll have the charge back to the start battery feature. So if you find yourself, and I know that you guys did in the van build when it was sitting around for a while, and you can't start your vehicle, you hit the start back button, and within 10-15 minutes at the most, it's going to have charged your start battery enough to go ahead and start your vehicle, which is huge.
So I'll give you now a real life info. It takes 3 to 4 minutes with that van from dead zero of the starter battery to recharge it in order to be able to start the vehicle. So we actually did it in 4 minutes. So that system is running perfectly.
Well, we'd always like to under promise. And that way we look better, right? We looked at it and we said, hey, we'll give it 15 minutes. It's about a 40 amp charge on the 50s or the 100 amps that it'll send back. On the 25, it'll only go up to 25 amps going the other direction. The new Alphas, though, what's nice is when you're setting the battery chemistry for whether it's lead acid or AGM or going to be lithium, instead of having to put wires together like you did on the older BCDC style, it's now all done via the Red Vision app. So you program it on your phone, you can set the amount of current that you want on your phone. All that is just via the app, and you also now will be able to see current going from the charger, so you can monitor everything except the load. So you can see solar and all that.
That is so sweet. That's
about
like
the same price too as the originals.
The last 2 years at Redarc, we've been kind of a revolutionary, I think, because like I've used, I've used the Manager 30 for a long time.
Yep.
Used the Prime as well. We used BCDC to kick that charge to 70 amps, right? And suddenly it's like you guys would just kind of listen to our needs, like to our faults, and you are coming up with a 100 amp charger. You come with the new BCDC Alpha. I mean, the range of products is coming to be like really super high tech. Most important, super easy to use. For me, for the end user, for anybody who wants to travel, they just kind of switch on the car and they just drive, and that's all that you have to worry about.
Yeah, and we appreciate that. I appreciate that you realize that we're listening to our users and our customer base, because the Prime originally 6 water tanks to check, and our builders told us I don't need 6 water tanks, maybe I need like 2. Okay, great. And maybe I want it for fuel, so we changed and we want it float style instead of having the hot wire and having to drill 5 wires in. Let's go ahead and have a float on there now. Okay, so the new Rogue has it that way. Well, we need circuits to dim. Okay, the new Rogue can dim, the original Prime did not. And then you look at things and you're like, all right, we also want trigger points. Let's say I have a barbecue out back, my phone's sitting over there, I don't want to walk up to the display, but I want to turn the light on. Now I can have a switch over by the barbecue, like a 3-way switch, a trigger point. So we're listening, and we're appreciative that you guys are taking it and enjoying the product, and welcome to the US. It's wonderful to have you. Glad I had a chance to meet with you and your team.
We are going home, and look at the view. You see whole Los Angeles and all of the following cities, every single city that is connected to LA, you see from that point. This is so crazy. I'll make some photos because there's one place there which will have like a crazy view. So I'll do that. And yeah, see you in the next episode, which will be the build breakdown.